All right, well, I'm gonna take out the back seats, or just this back seat, the 60. So basically it's just these bolts. There's plenty of videos online that you can sit there and view, but we're gonna go ahead and start there with there's 2 bolts, and I think maybe that one, like Phillips head right there, but we'll see. So we did find that we do have to take the Phillips head. We have to do that, and I'm going to have to lower this seat down because we have to take out both of them in order to pull out this panel, which will be next. It's just these 2 bolts, and then there's 2 more underneath. Fairly simple. So you have to have both of those off because we're going to have to, now we're going to lift this up, but they say to lift it up and not let it lock, so then you can take out this whatever this molding is with an 11mm socket.
I don't know if I was on it.
Yep. Yeah, he said that they're really, really easy. Yeah, they're just finger tight. So there's 4 of these little tiny clips.
Oh, screwdriver would work too.
Oh, screwdriver? Okay.
Got a Phillips head in the
okay.
X head.
Yep, and then this will just pull right out, and then that'll expose the 2 more bolts that I'm going to pull out. Like I said, I'm not pulling out the 40. I'm pulling out
I guess that ain't Phillips.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want any more.
Well, easy enough.
I don't lose them all.
And then it should just pull right straight out. No? And that exposes that one and that one.
And the 15.
And those are the 15s. And then after that, the seat will come right out. I guess they're a little tight. There it goes. So then all you have to do is just lift it straight up. And
Straight up.
yep, to just get it over the post, and then it comes right out. So all in all, a very, very simple removal. Like I said, I want to keep this 40% seat here. I'm going to go ahead, because of those exposed, these are like all your electrical wires. I'm going to go ahead and put that piece of molding back on. So it should just slide right in, and we'll do that. And then we'll start on the back seat, on the 2 front seats, or whatever you want to call those. Yeah, and as for putting the molding back up, it's really, really simple. I'm just taking just a piece of the ratchet, and I'm just preloading those little plastic nuts in there, and you just literally just reach in and it grabs it right away. Just get another one. So the first thing that all the videos talk about is removing, to make it easy. I've seen people, they'll leave this in place with this molding, they'll leave it in place, and then you have to just kind of like finagle it out. But I don't want to keep these covers. So what I'm going to do is we're going to just take the whole piece out. So part of that is going to go, and you got to pull all of these out. And you can see there's like a little tiny, like for a flathead, I'm just pop all these out. This one, I guess, was popped out and is missing, but you can see there's a little tiny screw there. little nut to go ahead and pull those out. So we're going to do that next. Yep, so we're just pulling the little lids off to expose the nuts. So these are also an 11.
Lift as you push.
Okay, yeah, so this, oh, it sounded like it clipped and then unclipped. So there's this,
because you got to lift it up at the same time.
okay.
Yeah, this one's up.
Oh, it's up, okay. And this one's up too, yeah.
Now it's up now.
Okay, so yeah, so that was one of the things that they talked about in one of the videos. I'll try to put them in the description, but that one looks already down. That one's already open, Dad.
No, it ain't.
No?
It went back in.
Okay. Oh, okay, oh, yep. All right, so now we got to just, yep. And that just comes right off like that.
This one hooked back in again. There it is.
All right, that exposes 2 more. All right, we'll
Right
take,
there, yeah.
yep, we'll take all this off. So what you have to do, you had to actually like wedge it down so it would pop?
I pushed it. I pushed this tab far as I could in,
Okay,
then kind of lift it up at the same time.
okay.
Because that little lip will hang up just a little bit right there. If I had to push in and lift up.
Okay. Very good. So this is also fairly simple, just taking the bolts out, going all around, and then everything, this whole piece will lift up. The main reason why I'm doing this is because I'm not taking, I don't want to use this since I'm going to actually have a flooring. I know some people, they leave them in because it's convenient, but then they're not putting a flooring in. I'm actually going to put a flooring so I can have a flat bed, permanent, versus putting up some cots, or I've seen people do where they put like pieces of wood or whatever and kind of like try to like even it out. But I just want to have a flat surface. All right, we're going to pull this out.
You know, if you don't put that trim back in, you can have these screws sticking up.
Yeah, but they're going to be covered by the wood from the floor. But I hear what you're saying.
You don't slide anything in, it might hang up.
Ah, there you go. That's another good reason to put it in. So I will look, after we pull that, I'll look to take off. I think it should be pretty simple. From what I am seeing, it's just those 4 screws and this should come off. So we'll take care of that in a little bit. But we'll get back to the seats in a minute. We're going to get back to the seats now. So it's best to have, it's a 2-person operation. The reason why, and like I said in the other video, which I'll try to link, is that after you take the 2 outer bolts out, then you want to lift the seat upright, and then you remove that last center bolt. But as you're loosening that up, the whole seat wants to lean forward, and I can tell you those seats are probably a good 50 pounds. But the reason why we all do this is to expose all of this storage. I mean, that's a lot of storage. Like I said, I am going to put the molding back on. I'm going to work on that. And like I said, I'll have all of this storage and behind this seat, because I'm going to leave this seat up all the time. But I do like the fact that if I ever want to, if I have guests that might need to sleep over, we can drop this seat down. So we're bringing the shop vac, going to clean up all the dirt that I trucked in with my running shoes. Okay. So, right, so these are 10s, and they come out pretty easy. All right, so we're putting this back in is very, very quick and easy. Once again, it's just to have that center where those wires are, that chassis, right? And the other thing too is that does have that extra piece of metal support, which we were talking about when we run the center board, that we'll use that. And like I said, it just opens up all this additional cargo. And I don't think we're gonna reinstall this piece. I don't think there's a purpose behind it, to be honest. I don't see a need for it, other than it just covers up that one little area. We'll take a look. If it seems the right thing to do, we'll do it. But I don't think so. I don't even know what it's for. It's interesting, it slides back and forth. Does it say anything? This says minivan, load floor, slider door.
You got a couple nuts.
Right here?
If I can't reach them.
Okay. Oh, over there. Okay. All right. We're just tightening it all down. All right. And this is with the molding back on. I didn't put in the one snap-on piece. I know that makes it a little unlevel, but I think it's going to be fine because once again, we're going to be running a center board because we're actually going to have the way the floor is going to sit. It's going to sit a little elevated because as you can see, I don't know if you can really see it, but we'll explain more when we're putting the floor in, is that there is a slope downwards. So this area is going to have to get elevated anyway. And I want to be able to have like some kind of like finger hole lifts for the two areas. And like I said, this is one of the main draws why, you know, these middle row, you know, Stow N Go seats are like, for van life, it really has its purpose because I mean, that opens up all kinds of storage below, which then gives me, you know, a little bit more freedom above. And like I said, in this back area. So that's one of the draws, one of the reasons why. And now, oh, and also just real quickly, it took my dad and I would say it took us maybe an hour tops to take out the one back seat, the 160, and these two middle row seats. And like I said, I'm going to keep that 40 there because I actually want to sit there. I can still have that back storage, and I like the idea that if I want to, I can always move whatever I'm going to store behind there to maybe to the passenger seat, and then I can drop that. And then if I have a friend or somebody that's spending the night, they can sleep, you know, in that area because I'm going to use this area for my bed. So, all right. So once again, all in all, a very, very simple process. Like I said, it is a two-person job, for convenience. One person, you can do it. Like I said, those seats, I carried them to my parents have a shed, which they're letting me borrow. I'm going to put those on Facebook Marketplace and hopefully be able to sell them because I'm not going to use the seats ever again. But all in all, it's like a 1 hour job, maybe more if you're doing it by yourself. The mid row seats are heavy. I'd have to say they're probably a good 50 pounds each. So, you know, lifting them out, you know, I'm able to do it, but, you know, but I would say it would be prudent and, you know, and also just easier to have two people. So if you have a friend or make a friend. So once again, very simple. And we're going to go ahead. The next project, like I said, this one went very, very quickly. The next project is going to be building the floor. And that's all I really want to do right now. I just want a flat level floor. I have I think it's a 3-inch foam fold up mattress that I'm going to be ordering. That's what I'm going to use to sleep on. And of course, the biggest thing is having the Stow N Go, all that storage area I'm going to put my power system, which we'll talk about later, and the other pieces that we're going to do. So, all right. Thank you again for stopping by and watching. And until the next.